Hey guys, welcome to the doghouse. I'm Ria Bow, and we're going to see what's going to go in the doghouse today. But we've got an amazing co-host today in the shape of Mike Phillips from Canada's own American Hook Radio. Hey Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing so good, Ria. We had a big dump of snow in about mid-October. It got really cold, unseasonably cold for this time of year. And, you know, by Halloween, the kids were waist deep in snow going door to door. But I'm very happy to report that as of this morning, the temperature swung into the plus. So the snow on my deck is actually melted, and it's going to be all dried off today, and it's going to be a big mess. It's going to be great for the car washes. So if you own a car wash in Western Canada, you're laughing right now. Ha, ha, ha.
Nice, yeah. My car, the back door is so thick and dirty, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. Right, guys, for anybody that's watching this, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. There is a live chat. Oh, we've got the live chat through. We've got one. Hey, guys, great to see you have arrived. I'm looking forward to the show, Kev. Nice. So we've got a bit of a live chat. Can you see that okay, Mike?
I can, yeah. Night and day plumbing solutions. Beautiful. Hey, I tell you what. Heroes, okay? Garbage men, plumbers, these people are heroes. You're a hero, man. If we didn't have plumbers and garbage men, we'd all be, well, it'd look like Liberia, okay? We'd be running around with crap in the streets. The Black Plague would come back. So I really respect plumbers and garbage men. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, definitely. God, especially this time of year. And Mike sent me some photos from his house, and my God, it is under. In the UK, it's really mild, but over in Camrose, Canada, where this guy is, it's proper snowy stuff. It's a bit roughneck, if you like, that kind of thing.
I think you're looking for redneck.
Well, roughneck, I guess I was trying to temper my words, but maybe not. I know you're a redneck. I know that, but they're kind of cool redneck, though, right?
Yeah, we're very redneck, and in fact, I was a roughneck in the oil patch for many years. I would swing a set of tongs that were around 250 pounds, pull slips that on some rigs weighed almost 300 pounds. You have to have a guy on either side, and you would do that for 12 hours a day. And I'd like to point out, there is no such thing as a safe space on a drilling or a service rig working on oil and gas wells. Everything can kill you, but it'll make a man out of you too. It makes you tough because nobody gives a crap if you can't pull your own weight. You're gone. And so I'm very glad that I did that. I've actually got a really good story for you if you've got a minute for me to give it.
Yeah, rock it, Mike. Do it.
Great. So I would get on a plane in Edmonton, Alberta, city of about 1 million people, famous for the Edmonton Oilers, who had the greatest hockey team of all time, with Wayne Gretzky and Yari Curry and the sort. Anyhow, I would get on a plane. We would fly up to northern Alberta, where we were roughly half an hour from the Northwest Territories, which they renamed Nunavut, which I guess is an Eskimo word. But there's a place in northern Alberta called the Chinchaga. So we would land on an ice strip in the middle of the Chinchaga, where you would get on a crew truck that the other crew would get off the truck and get on the plane. You get off the plane and get in the crew truck. And one winter, I was working on a telescopic double drilling rig for Precision Drilling, who we affectionately referred to as Precision Killing. And we would get to work on these wells, right? So one winter, the trucking company that was responsible for moving the camp and the rig, because you stay in camp, there's no towns, there's no cities, there's nothing there. The trucking company responsible for moving our camp dropped the light plant. No, light plant's just a big generator on a skid. They dropped it on its side, and when we set up camp, we had absolutely no power. Now, the digital thermometer on the tool push's shack went to minus 52.
Wow.
And you're probably thinking I'm lying, right? But no, that's what the temperature was. It was minus 52 degrees Celsius, which would be death, right? That'll kill you. That kind of cold will kill you, but cold. Now, I don't know why nobody else thought of this, and the only reason we lived is because it was winter and we were expecting to be working outside for 12-hour shifts. So everybody had their winter gear and you just layered up, right? But in the camp, I just moved 3 chairs into the kitchen that had a gas stove, and I fired up that gas stove and slept in front of it with the door open. Other guys were saying things like, I quit. I'm out of here. Go ahead and quit, jackass. The plane doesn't come for another week.
Yeah, he kind of didn't think that through, did he? Yeah, amazing. You can't pee outside when it's minus 52, can you?
Well, you do what you got to do, right? But there's a story about a guy that did that, and his name was Dick Friesen.
Oh my
Canadian
goodness.
joke.
That's fantastic. All right, guys. So with the doghouse, there's 3 main things. We chew the fat for a bit to start off with. Then we're going to pick up on a couple of stories. And as I run on the pre-roll, I'm going to chat about cryptos, because Mike and I were speaking about them a couple of days ago, how you get into cryptos. So it's for newbies, it's not for people that already know. If you know, you know, right? It's as simple as that. So the crypto thing that I'm going to do is for people that don't know. And also, well, I'll get to the next one. So do you want to run off with the first story that you've got there, Mike, that caught your eye?
Sorry, can you repeat that, please? You broke up near the end there.
Have you got any stories that have caught your eye?
I do, as a matter of fact. Do you remember a few months ago the rapper Eminem, also known as Slim Shady, also known as Missy Misdemeanor Elliott? I made that up. He put out this really bad, rambling freestyle rap that sounded like a 9-year-old put it together, dissing President Trump. And the whole world, it seemed like at the time, all of a sudden was a fan of rap. Old, dried-up white guys like Keith Olbermann all of a sudden were saying things like, I've never liked rap for 26 years, but now I'm a big fan because Eminem dissed President Trump. So, boom, he got a little more fame over that, and he had a new album coming out at the time. Well, now Eminem is crying because Trump didn't say anything back to him on Twitter, as he's known to do. So now Eminem is back in the news saying he's terribly angry and frustrated because President Trump won't respond to his stupidity. I love it.
I love those kind of stories. Trump is just...
Me too.
What is Trump? Trump's all shades of everything, but I've got to say he's probably covered in Teflon, as a friend told me, that nothing seems to stick to him, is amazing.
The Teflon Don.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and on the same topic of politics, what do you make of this Hillary Clinton tour, right? Have you heard her speaking on the video saying how unjust it is and all that of it? It's just, what is that about? Tell me.
Hillary Clinton is like political herpes. You think they're gone, and boom, there they are again. The Clintons, man, I tell you, going back to the Arkansas days. Listen, I've got a good friend named Mike Rivero, and he has the radio show and website whatreallyhappened.com. Now, I don't agree with everything Mike says, but Mike had a very successful career in Hollywood after he was a NASA engineer, okay? The guy was a NASA engineer. Then he went into special effects and CGI graphics in Hollywood. Mike actually worked on the series Lost. He worked on the new Hawaii Five-0. He did CGI for some of the new Star Trek movies that have come out, which I really like, by the way. I like that new Star Trek franchise. But anyhow, Mike had his career destroyed by the Clintons. What happened was Vincent Foster, longtime confidant and friend of the Clintons when Bill was the governor of Arkansas, was found in Fort Marcy Park, killed, and it was ruled as suicide. Well, Mike took and went over some of the pictures of the crime scene and said there's no way that this man committed suicide. He was immediately blackballed from Hollywood. His wife was convinced to leave him. and his life was destroyed. So now everything that he does over at whatreallyhappened.com was born of Clinton criminality. So he's been following these guys for a long time. Now, back in the Arkansas days, it was said that Bill was purposely overseeing flights into the Mena, Arkansas airport that were bringing in shipments of cocaine as governor. And this was all blown open by an ex-Special Forces op. I can't remember the guy's name. He's dying of lung cancer. Incidentally.
Oh, that's Larry, isn't it? That's Larry.
Larry Nichols, that's it. Yeah, same guy that delivered the splooched-on blue dress of Monica Lewinsky to the press, which eventually led to Bill getting impeached. Not because he used a White House intern as a humidor, but because he lied to Congress. So I know quite a bit about the Clintons. Now, she is so dumb that she can't even win a rigged election, okay? Now, whether you like Bill Clinton or not, or Hillary Clinton, the fact of the matter is these people needed to go. I mean, there's so many things that Jeff Sessions could be going after with these people, but they don't seem to be. And there was a statement by Trey Gowdy, congressman out of South Carolina, former district prosecutor, who said that, yeah, I love Trey Gowdy. I'm a big fan. He's a pit bull. But he said, when everything comes out about the Clintons, it will destroy the U.S. government and possibly the Canadian government and possibly governments in the U.K. because the tentacles of the Clinton Foundation go so far and infect so many different governments that if it all came out, their ties to child trafficking, their ties to leaking state secrets, it would probably bring down most of the politicians in the U.S. government.
Totally. I mean, God, how many people, hands up, who would like to see her behind bars because we think she's crooked? Do you know what I mean? I'm just so... Yeah, right. Two of them, right? Just... That woman, she is just an advert for how corrupt things are. I mean, obviously there's loads of corruption going on, but she's just one of these people that just goes, oh my God. I mean, when you look at that charleswilltell.com that we spoke about on KJJ Radio with Kevin J. Johnson there. Hi, Kevin, if you're going to watch this. And we're going to be affiliating with KJJ Radio in Canada this end. So I'm going to be going on KJJ with Kevin and Mike and whoever wants to rock on with us and check it out and share sort of maybe, or not share the same views, I don't mind. And we're going to affiliate this. We're going to get Dean Bleckman on as well. And any of you guys want to come on, you got a voice, all you got to do is Skype me. I'm trying to push all the buttons this end. Right, but the guy you got to look at if you want some dirt, some real legal dirt on Hillary Clinton is charleswilltell.com. charleswilltell.com. Check this guy out. He's been on Lionel Nation. Big up to Lionel. I really like Lionel. And big Lionel, up to Trey Gowdy. Really like Trey Gowdy. He would be a great district attorney, right? You know, the one of all of a...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he'd be... Yeah, go Trey. And I've been on an interview with somebody, right? I won't name names, but he calls himself a liberal, but to me he's a lefty. And he's all he sees Trey Gowdy as is a shill. And it's just hilarious, you know. Anyway, the Clinton tentacles. Yeah, I just would be amazed, absolutely amazed, if they actually got to her. I would be amazed.
She's probably got so much... See, that's the thing. They know where the bodies are buried. And... You know, they've got everybody bought and paid for. By the way, Night and Day Plumbing Solutions. Mike, the sooner that happens, the better. She's as crooked as the day long. I couldn't agree more, man. And what's crazy about it is that everybody knows. Everybody knows. And you know what? She single-handedly destroyed the Democrat Party. They have nobody to run against Trump in the next election. Nobody. They're talking about Joe Biden. Creepy Uncle Joe Biden. I mean, go watch the videos of this guy around young girls. What a freaking creep, smelling their hair and touching them. Like, the guy's a freaking ghoul. But they don't have anybody outside of their little talent pool that isn't part of the corruption that they can actually run. I predict that the Democrat Party is destroyed for 1,000 years.
I just see Democrats as lobbyists for their own payroll. Really, I don't know what they stand for. I don't have a clue. So that's really nuts. So hey, we won't get too political, but God, that sort of, when it was Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch put into Senate to get the rest of Clinton's emails. 3 weeks later, they write back and say, no, we're not actually going to do it because of lack of public interest. What? Are they living on Mars, or what's going on with that? That's just nuts.
Lack of interest.
Yeah.
What could be bigger? What could be bigger? And not only that, but Comey made his living. He built his career out of covering for the Clintons back to the Whitewater days. Comey's always been there. So, when President Trump fired James Comey very unceremoniously, Comey found out about it because it was on the news on the TV at the back of the room while he was speaking publicly. I believe that what happened there was they flooded into his office and immediately seized all of his hard drives, and they're meticulously combing through it. And it's going to hit the fan real soon. By the way, Rhea, I'm going to switch gears. If you go over to Breitbart.com, there's a video of you, and you're riding a horse, and you're whipping anti-hunting protesters. So I salute you for that, Rhea. Did you know about that video?
I didn't know about that video.
It's you, I swear to God. He's like, get away from my horse. That's a bad accent, right? But don't touch my horse. It's definitely Rhea. You got to go check it out. Breitbart.com. Woman horse whips hunting protesters.
You know what? I got a message from somebody on Facebook, because I don't really use Facebook, right, for obvious reasons. But hey, it's what it is. It's fine. I got a video going, oh my God, it's you, and this, that, and the other. And I haven't got back to him because I've been busy. And that's probably what it's on about. So I find that utterly fascinating. I kind of like that. Yeah, good. Who cares? Okay, so what we got? We got Charles Ortel. We got a comment in there from Night and Day Plumbing saying, lock the bitch up. And we got all that stuff going on. Right, I'm going to move on to the next one, unless you got any more to say about how crooked this thing is, Mike.
I could go on for 6 hours about the Clintons, but it's all been said. And, it's every drop in the bucket, it fills up more every day. And there will come a time when they'll be accountable, whether it's because the Democrat Party just decides to burn them as a sacrifice to further their interests,
100%.
or whether it just comes out. I mean, Al Capone, look at all the stuff that he did, and he eventually went to jail for tax evasion. I predicted it'll be a similar thing with the Clintons, where they'll be brought down for something. It's just a matter of time. So, Rhea, what's your next story? What's on your radar, baby?
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to switch gears, as you say in America, and we're going to go on to cryptocurrencies. I know you don't know too much about it, Mike. And maybe this is...
I don't.
Right, and you're maybe interested in this as well. So it's just a quick one. I'll tell you what happened, right? In England, on a Friday night, the length and the breadth of the country, people go and get fish and chips. It's the English way, And these fish and chip shops on a Friday are busy. So I was in a fish and chip shop, and there was 2 other ladies in there. And we got talking, and it got onto cryptocurrency because her brother-in-law or something. And I was trying to explain to them and have an elevator pitch of how they could get into it, because they wanted to get a piece of the action, right? Because if you'd have bought Bitcoin at the beginning of the year, it would have been $2,000 for one Bitcoin, and now it's $8,000 for one Bitcoin. Fourfold on your investment. Sorry.
I looked it up this morning, and it was 10,222 or something like that Canadian for one Bitcoin. I'm thinking of dropping $10,000 on it, but sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. So I wouldn't buy in at the highest. Due a big pullback, but that's a bit more advanced. I mean, the market is in a bull market. At the beginning of the year, market cap of all the cryptocurrencies was about 50 billion. The world silver market is 70 billion, and now the global cap, the market capitalization for cryptocurrencies is about 250 billion. It's gone up that much, just money pouring in the space. So how do you get into it? Really quickly, is what you do. You go to a company called Coinbase that are based in San Francisco because that's the easiest software to use. You sort of have to send them a picture of your driving license and a utility bill. They'll okay that. It's instant. You attach a card and you buy in. You get 3 choices: Bitcoin, Litecoin or Ethereum, because they only deal in those 3. You get the money in there, and then you just got to navigate the software a little bit, but it's not too bad. If anybody's got, needs any help with it, or this isn't investment advice, by the way, it's more if you wanted to get into it. So it's coinbase.com. And then from there, you shift it out to what is one of the most popular wallets, and that is called Exodus. And in that wallet, then you can swap that Bitcoin, Litecoin or Ethereum for quite a few different kinds of currencies. So that's your wallet. You're your own bank at that point. And then as an off-ramp through Coinbase, you can apply to get the off-ramp to get it back into your bank. So Coinbase supply the easiest on-ramp and off-ramp. There are others, but within Exodus, you can just trade, say, Ethereum for EOS, because EOS is like a sleeping giant, if everybody's, correct. And you can just invest and swap them about different currencies, no problem at all. So if anybody's got any views on the cryptos, I just wanted to run into that because you get a lot of crypto information that is sort of a bit more technical, blockchain, DAGs and all sorts of things. But I wanted to do a quick one on how to get in simply. You ever heard of Coinbase, Mike?
No.
Wow, yeah, that's it. It's an enormous company, just enormous. And you're in Canada, so you don't have the same kind of regulations as the US. So that was it. That was my crypto thing. If anybody wants any answers, drop in the live chat on YouTube. Go to Riabo on YouTube. You'll see this going on now on YouTube. Hi, Periscope. I left a message for you this morning with a couple of people and trying to get you over to YouTube. I will say I've tried to get the Periscope live chat in, as you can see on the screen now, but I'm still unable to do that. I would really like to get you guys up on the screen because there was a couple of people saying hi and stuff. So hi to you guys on Periscope and all the other platforms. We're going across about 12 platforms in all. Africa TV, YouNow. Oh, there's just loads of them. So that's the crypto thing, guys. Any other stories caught your eye, Mike?
Well, before we move on, I want to, I have a question for you because I don't know a lot about cryptocurrencies. First of all, is this like some kind of a phone app where, say I'm downtown and I want a pair of boots, okay? I want to buy some boots. So can I just go on my phone, open up this app, and boom, boom, transfer the money into my bank account and spend it on the spot? Or is it a longer process where you're waiting a couple days to get your cash, or what? How does that work?
So it's what you do. Yes, it's a phone app as well. And there's many wallets. There's loads of them. And just a quick word for anybody getting into it. If you're just dropping in, say, a couple of thousand, the Exodus wallets and what they call hot wallets are all right, Don't keep too much in them. But if you're going to dump sort of 5 figures plus in it, maybe 6 figures plus, you need to get what's called a hardware wallet. And that's Trezor or a Ledger. You'll find videos out there. Just type in Trezor or type in Ledger, and they will marry up to software wallets so you can get it off. Okay, we got one in there. Can you read that out for me, Mike? Can you see that comment?
Yeah, Night and Day Plumbing Solutions. I've dipped my toe in the cryptocurrencies myself. It's an exciting place to be with further developments going on all the time. It looks to have a fabulous future if you call it right. I have another question for you. What do you predict cryptocurrencies are going to do to other commodities and assets like cash or gold? Or, is this something that could have the potential to bring down the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, the British pound, if more people just moved away from physical cash into cryptocurrencies? Do you have any kind of a prediction on that?
I do. Let me get the first question first. How do you spend this stuff, right? There's a website, if you use Amazon, there's a website called purse.io. Purse.io. And with that, you can buy from Amazon using Bitcoin. So you can just use your wallet, you connect to purse.io, and if you want to go shopping on Amazon, you can connect via them. Russia's rolling out, England's rolling out. So one day, not too far away, you will just hold up your phone and you'll see a QR code. You just put the QR code in it, put the amount in, press it, and boom, it's instant. You've paid for it. It's as simple as that. So it is that quick. And in Holland, Northern Europe, some of the touristy areas as well, you got coffee shops taking it. And just a quick tip, if you're going to go and buy a coffee, you use Litecoin or Dash. You don't use Bitcoin for that. Bitcoin is like a store of value. It's like buying gold. You just leave it in there. But the stuff for transactions is Litecoin and Dash, because it costs like no cents to do the transaction. On to the second one. What is it going to do for the markets? It's huge. The world is changing underneath us, and is what's changing is as we shift from Internet 2.5 to Internet 3.0. At the moment, we have person A, let's say I put it on the black, person A and person B, and in the middle there's what's called a trusted server or a trusted entity, right? Do we trust them? I don't. And so from there, with blockchain, it removes that central server, so it now goes from one person to another. But in between those two people, there's like a net. It looks like a net, and it goes the other way. And they've all got nodes in. And then for that transaction, it could be a message, it could be money, it could be a social contract, it could be a house, it could be anything. It has to go through a series of nodes for approval, and it won't get to the other end if it breaks any rules in that contract. So you have to get at least 6 approvals to go through that network, which they call mining, and then it will land the other side, and that's it, the payment's received. So that's the kind of, so it's what it's going to do. Your Facebook servers, the YouTube servers, anything with a middle party, which is pretty much everything, they're just going to be disposed of, because these blockchains are public. So if you give to a charity $5, how much of that $5 gets to the poor person? Yeah, that's kind of scary. But with blockchain, you'll be able to monitor the money and follow the money to see who's trying to get at it. So does that answer your question, Mike?
Yes, it does. Now, what about the other one as far as what it's going to do to other commodities?
Other commodities, well, just the fact that I was listening to Daniela Di Martino, who's ex-Fed. Okay, she's ex-Federal Reserve. And she's saying pretty much the same thing. The fact that the market cap has gone on crypto from 50 billion to 250 billion in 1 year suggests that people have lost confidence in the dollar, Canadian dollar, pounds and everything, and they're all steaming into cryptocurrency. And so it's disrupting all of it. I mean, think about it. Cryptocurrencies are 245 billion market cap, and the silver market by itself is 70 billion. So it gives you some idea. It's going to turn the whole thing on its head, and that is exactly what's going on right now. And there are seminars, and the banks are looking at this under microscopes and everything, trying to find out how they can beat this, because we can now transact completely privately if you use one called Monero, and I can send money, I can receive money, and they don't know. So, and obviously they're not keen on that, because they want to take tax from you, and as we know, sort of tax is theft, because we don't have any say on what they do with it.
Yeah.
Back to you, Mike.
Well, with what you said about taxes theft, I've actually got a guy that's going to be coming on my show, Doug Force. He's in the process of building a brand new documentary film on the fact that Canada, listen to this, Canada never actually legally confederated. It's a fake country. The 10 provinces of Canada, Alberta, Saskatchewan, BC, Ontario, Quebec, etc., are basically their own little countries loosely knit together by this airy-fairy idea of confederation. And not only that, but it never actually happened. So we have a de facto government with a de facto head of state and the governor general, which is the Queen's representative here. Very interesting stuff. So I'm going to be covering that. I hope the whole thing crashes and burns. I really do. I hate the whole concept of Canada. I'm an Albertan and I'm an American. That's why my show is called American Knock Radio. My dad is from Chicago. My mother is from rural Alberta. I hold dual citizenship, and I'm fiercely proud of my American heritage. Rhea, I got a question for you. When do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving over in the UK?
We don't do Thanksgiving. The time we know when it's Thanksgiving is when we see all the turkeys running out the town.
They just know, hey?
They do just know. I think it's probably inbred over quite a long time.
We, so in my house, you have Canadian Thanksgiving in October, and then this is American Thanksgiving weekend, so I get 2 big dinners.
Right. I guess that's the main thing, right? I guess everybody likes Thanksgiving. We don't do Thanksgiving in the UK. If you spoke to an English person and said, when's Thanksgiving? They probably wouldn't know. Well, I guess if they had some kind of American connection, but otherwise they probably wouldn't know that it's Thanksgiving. I know, Dean, underneath my video, you will see around here somewhere, you'll see the Dean Bleckman show on Facebook. Check out Dean Bleckman, and don't forget to check out Kevin J. Johnston as well on KJJ Radio, because Mike's on there, I'm going to be on there, and us guys are trying to affiliate to get the message out, right, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a rebel, okay? Just growing up, I instinctively did not like what I saw around me, and so yeah, I'm like Thomas Jefferson. I've got the same spirit as William Wallace. It lived right here, pal.
Right.
I like it that way.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a conformist, and I never have been.
No, same as, sweetie, same as. That's why we call it the doghouse, right? Because I always seem to end up in there for one reason or another. Right, that's okay. So another quick one, moving on, right? As I was doing my technical stuff, as I'm trying to work out how to do this stuff, and I can tell you some of it isn't easy. I would love to get that Periscope chat on, but guys in Periscope, come on over to my YouTube channel. Just type in Rhea Bowen YouTube on your phone or however you use it, and you can jump on the live chat. Until I figure out how to get Periscope live chat, I don't see any choice really, unless I pop on Periscope now. I wonder if I could pop up. Let me just go on Periscope, see what's going on.
I've got it open here.
Have we got any messages on there? Have we just got hellos, any at all?
I haven't seen any, but a lot of times they'll just kind of go up and disappear, don't they? Isn't that how it works? Do they stay on there?
Yeah, I'm kind of new to it. I spoke to a couple of people this morning. Anyway, moving on. I should try and work on the Periscope thing as best I can. Okay, so I had a thing about. Yep. I suddenly had a thought about Christmas today, and that was Christmas is now really not that far away, and I just felt my shoulders go down, thinking, "Oh my God, I kind of got to take Christmas on." Bit of a nightmare, and I thought, God, you grumpy cow, come on, sort it out. You can do better than that. It's Christmas. But yeah, it's kind of a bit weighty, right?
Christmas, I love it. I don't know if I believe the story behind it, but listen, I'm 40. I'll be turning 43 years old in January on the 4th. That's my birthday, January 4th. And every single Christmas, my mother still buys me Star Wars Lego. And I'm not joking. 42 years old, I get Star Wars Lego for Christmas. So I've got like a shelf full of little spaceships and stuff over in the corner of the studio. Now, it's turned into a thing with me and my brother that when we go to family Christmas, we end up putting our ships together. And it's a tradition now, and it's great. I love it. Because I'm kind of a serious guy. I was just telling Rhea, my angst has turned me into somebody without a sense of humor. So I was thinking maybe I should be in the doghouse, because it's tough coming on a show like this, because Rhea's like, no, we don't want to be too serious. We want to have a laugh, Mike. And I'm thinking, I can't think of funny things. The internet has destroyed my brain. But every Christmas I get to put together my Star Wars Lego with my brother, so that's pretty cool.
I know. I saw you struggling with it, and because you do some hard hitting stuff, and you know, it's kind of your style and Kevin's style and stuff, and it's not quite my style. I'd sooner just laugh at it because some of it is. I realise how serious it is, but at the same time, it's so comical, and it's like a gift that just keeps giving. While I'm thinking about it, political cartoonist called Ben Garrison. Check out Ben Garrison.
I love Ben Garrison.
How cool is Ben Garrison, Mike?
Ben Garrison is awesome. He basically puts in cartoon form what we're all thinking. What is his website? Graphics.com or something like that. I think you can see his stuff at Graphics on Twitter, I think is the name of it. But yeah, his most recent one, The Map of the Swamp, I think is one of my favorites that he's ever put out. But it's tough because they're all good. Him and who's the other guy? Scott Adams, the creator of the Dilbert comics. Anytime Scott Adams is in an interview, I make it a point to watch, whether he's with Stefan Molyneux or Paul Joseph Watson or Alex Jones or one of these guys. Scott Adams, if you're watching, call me. I want to have you on American Rock Radio. But yeah, I love Ben Garrison's work for sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I've posted a couple. One that I got hold of was a picture of Hillary on a horse that I put on my Minds channel. If you want to go to my Minds channel and subscribe, guys, it's just riabow@minds.com. And it's a picture of Hillary on the back of a horse. You got to see the picture. And I had 500 views on it. No, 550 views with 523 likes. I mean, I don't see that too often. I mean, it's not my picture, it's Ben Garrison, so it's graphics.com, I think, GRRR kind of thing. Okay, so we've done the Christmas thing. Right, so we've got to get near that point in time, Mike. The doghouse. What's going in the... Has anybody got any ideas out there what they'd like to see in the doghouse as well? But until you jump on live, we don't know what you're going to say, you know. So, Mike, what have you got for the doghouse?
Well, as I already said, that idiot Eminem, I think that he should go in there because he's a burnout. The other guy I would suggest for the doghouse would be Kid Rock. Kid Rock massively disappointed me. He was talking about a Senate run and for Michigan going up against Debbie Stepanow. And anybody that knows the history of the economy of Michigan since the Democrats took over, it's absolutely in the toilet. Listen, the last time I was in Detroit, me and my wife took a wrong turn. I was supposed to meet my dad in Romulus, and it was the 4th of July. We were going to go and catch the fireworks in Toledo, Ohio. We took a wrong turn and went south. Well, the interstate is walled off, so you can't see the neighborhoods. And once I figured out I had taken the wrong one, I got off the main road, and I was just going to loop around into the neighborhood and get back on the other way, right? The neighborhood we pulled into, the grass growing between the cracks in the road was like this tall. There were no intact windows, and I was guessing that a city crew had not been in that neighborhood for possibly 6 months or more. So, you know, Detroit at one time had a higher GDP than most countries in the roaring days of the auto industry. So I thought, you know, great, you know, Kid Rock, American badass, tell it like it is. He totally chumped us all. He was not running for Senate. He was just going to sell albums. So I guess rappers in the doghouse. You're all worthless.
Oh, that's a big one. I'm trying to think of some... okay. I'd be quite sad to see 50 Cent's going. I think I kind of like the look of him. How shallow.
You like the look of him. Well, listen. 100 years from now, people are still going to be listening to Pink Floyd, The Wall. Oh. People are still going to be listening to Led Zeppelin 4. Nobody's going to know who 50 Cent is.
Okay, no, I mean, that's relative, you know. Pink Floyd, The Turning Away. What a great song. I mean, I was going to...
On the Turning Away. Great song.
Yeah, great song. What a great song. And that's what people do. They turn away from what needs to be dealt with. And that kind of bothers me. For me, the doghouse, right? Has anybody out there? I mean, we've got Night and Day Plumbing Solutions on there. Night and Day Plumbing Solutions, or anybody on Periscope, guys, what do you think for the let me go on Periscope, hold it a second. We need something for the doghouse. What would you put on the doghouse? I'm just gonna have a look on Periscope, bear with me a second. If you just fill a gap in a second, Mike, if you would.
Okay, so I actually have a suggestion for Night and Day Plumbing Solutions for something to put in the doghouse. Charmin toilet paper, because it doesn't break down and it clogs up your lines. So if you're using Charmin, then you're going to be calling guys like Night and Day, and you're going to be shelling out a lot of money on getting your toilet unclogged. Charmin toilet paper, doghouse.
Right, I've never heard of Charmin toilet paper, I must say.
Don't squeeze the Charmin. That's their big commercial. And you're going to be calling slogan. Don't squeeze the Charmin.
Okay, yeah, the Periscope thing. Charmin. So some thick stuff you got going on there then.
Well, we're okay because we don't use Charmin. We use actually the brand that we buy is made out of small kittens actually. So it's a great experience. Just going to the washroom.
I love that. Small kitten toilet paper. Okay, so for me, right, my doghouse, it's not new, but because I've been busy, I caught this video with Hillary Clinton going how much of a gross miscarriage of justice it would be if she got locked up, basically, for apparently doing nothing. And you know what? I've got to put her in the doghouse for just being on another planet. Oh my God, it's like, where do you live, lady? Put those special glasses on to stop you having a fit, because you are not in tune with what's going on. What do you think, Mike? Hillary Clinton in the doghouse.
I agree with that. And actually, Night and Day Plumbing Solutions just piped up here. Germany's Angela Merkel can go in the doghouse. She got it badly wrong on refugees recently, and now the coalition parties are deserting her. She may be gone after the next election. We shall see. I couldn't agree with you more. Hillary Clinton and Angela Merkel are actually, they might as well be the same person. They're both ugly women who have gotten to the top in politics through lies and deception and destroying and selling out their own country. Actually, I don't really think Hillary Clinton and Angela Merkel should be in jail. I think they should be horsewhipped on TV, on YouTube, so the whole world can watch.
I was going to say publicly, old school, sort of in the stocks, and let people take their frustrations out on it. Yeah, God, yeah, no. Well, I think people might think we're quite archaic. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, God, she bothers me along with the Bushes. And I mean, what do you make of James Clapper?
They're all the same. It's been the same people this whole time. It's almost like you can't differentiate from one to the next, because they're all guided by this same philosophy, this same body politic, where they're a bunch of scumbags and liars. James Clapper, same thing. James Clapper is no different than, say, Como, or what's his name, Comey. They're all the same. They're a bunch of New World Order scumbags, and I hope that the book of Revelation is right, and there comes a day where they're just crying out for the mountains to fall on them, because they're enemies of humanity. Anybody that's a globalist, I hope there comes a day when you are a man without a country. There's nowhere to hide. There's no country that will accept you, and you'll be hunted down forever. And we'll have HD video of what happened during this time period, so we can teach our kids for the next 1,000 years how to prevent this sort of thing from happening again, and have unparalleled prosperity and peace and goodwill toward men.
Amen to that, brother. And I was going to say that. Amen to that. And the only real way we're going to do that is to take down the banking system. And cryptocurrencies is one way, but there are sort of pros and cons. Right, guys, that's it for the doghouse. We didn't want to go too long, but at the end of the day, there's not many people watching anyway. So I thank you for watching. We're just building this thing.
Let's just say for the doghouse, Hillary Merkel.
Hillary. Okay, yeah, join
Hillary
one
Merkel.
in. Hillary Merkel
There we
in
go.
the doghouse. I love that, Mike. You are a star. Right, so I'm going to wrap it up. You know, that's what we got for the doghouse. We want to hear from you guys. What do you want to see in the doghouse? What bothers you? Keep it like that. Well, no, say it as it is. You know, call a spade. But we want to try and sort of laugh at this stuff because it is actually quite comical if it wasn't so serious. Don't forget to do a thumbs up. Don't forget to press the bell below the video, and then you'll know when we're going to go live if you want to, of course. Leave a comment as you see fit, and we'll be coming Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hopefully Mike's going to join me once a week for the doghouse. You can also catch... Good. We can catch both of us on KJJ Radio, and you'll find it at mixlar.com/KJJ Radio, which is below Mike. Don't forget to check out the Dean Bletman Show on Facebook. He's a lovely guy. You'll catch me on there and Mike as we do the rounds. But KJJ is just starting to grow. So anything you want to close out with, Mike?
I would like to close out. Night and Day Plumbing Solutions says, hope to see you guys soon. It was a great watch. Thanks, buddy. And he says, Kev, Rhea went and put Kevin J. Johnston's name and website under me. I'm actually Mike Filip. And if you want to check out my show, I am syndicated on the Genesis Communications Network, same network that brings you Roger Stone, Alex Jones, a lot of these other great shows. And we are live 2 to 4 Central Standard Time here in North America. The call-in line is 855-660-4261. If you want to call in and chime in, we take on a lot of hard-hitting subjects, but at the same time, we keep it light once in a while. It just depends on the guest that we have on. You can check out past shows. We post the podcast with the commercials edited out from the network feed at AmericanUckRadio.com. That's AmericanUCKRadio.com. Catch me, my co-host Professor Mike, and Super Don Naylor on American Uck Radio on the Genesis Communications Network every Saturday, 2 to 4 Central Standard Time. Rhea, thanks for having me on. You're hot.
Hey, stud. Easy, tiger. Right, okay, so you got that, guys. Check out the GCN thing with Mike on it. It's really good. Mike's got a great Twitter following as well. We're just getting ourselves out there. Mike's a kind of old hand at this. Excuse me. And you'll catch me on the Dean and Rhea as a catch-up on the Dean Bletman Show. Sorry about where I put that below under Mike's video. They were more just plugs for people that we're working with. I didn't really know where else to put them. So early days and all that. Excuse my buttons. So I'm going to play out with a bit of music, guys. Remember, if you love somebody, tell them. And as all I've got to say from here is love and peace always. And we'll see you another day. Bye-bye, guys.